Some pieces are a little bigger than the others. That's okay, those are for me. Box mix brownies are the best brownies around. They always bake up all shiny on the top, chewy and crispy on the edges, and fudgy in the center. But that doesn't mean I don't like to get a little fancy with them. I mean, realistically, a box mix has everything you're gonna need. You've got flour, you've got sugar, you got cocoa powder, you got some leavening agents, some chocolate chips. The only difference is you don't have to measure everything out yourself. You can swap out boring old vegetable oil for something a little nutty and exciting, like this pistachio oil, and switch out water for some dark, intensely flavored coffee. You're basically gonna follow the box instructions. So just dump your chocolate in. Then you're gonna take your usual egg, crack that in, remove any errant bits of shell. Then you're gonna use the same amount of oil that the box suggests, but I like using pistachio. It's got this really nutty, kind of savory flavor that'll mask any like chemical leavening agents. And then instead of adding water, we're gonna use the same amount of coffee, and the coffee will just help intensify the chocolate's flavor. And just combine everything. Now we're ready to get this into the pan. To prepare our pan, you can use a cooking spray, but my favorite thing to do is actually use a butter wrapper. Every time I unwrap a stick of butter, I pop this in a plastic bag and I keep it in the freezer, and when I need to grease something, I pull it out and just rub it around the pan. And I usually find that it is just enough butter to get everything nice and greased up. Now we just scoop this into the pan. Smooth it out, make sure it's all the way at the edges. Give it a little tap. Now for our final piece of flair, we're gonna top this with some super special flaky Maldon salt. If you've never worked with it before, it has this great kind of pyramid structure, so it adds salinity, but it also adds like this nice little bit of crunch that I think is super fun. Now these are all ready to go in the oven. You're just gonna bake them for the amount of time it says on the box. Now that our brownies are completely cool, we need to get them out of the pan. To do this, you're gonna take a very sharp, very thin knife and just run it along the edges. And then carefully, gently, you wanna invert this. Oops. And you can see the butter paper did its job. And then gently place them here. Now we're just gonna cut them into 9 beautiful squares. And now we're just gonna finish them off with a final sprinkling of salt. You're now free to eat the entire batch yourself or take it to a party and pass it off as made from scratch. Either way, all it took to make these amazing chocolate squares was a little oil change. They're really good. Anybody have any milk?